Listen, I knew South Dakota had some incredible hikes, but this one might just take the cake as the absolute best in the entire state. So we're currently at Custer State Park in South Dakota. We have a week pass, so we're going to be here a lot, but we're starting off with the Little Devil's Tower hike. The trail itself is just 3.8 miles round trip, and it has 780 feet of elevation gain, some of which I've heard does require some scrambling. So this trail starts off at the same trailhead as Black Elk Peak. We're not doing that one today. I think we might actually come into Black Elk Peak from the back end, which makes it a little bit longer of a hike. But today we're just doing Little Devil's Tower, and I'm super excited. So we are like barely into the trail, and it is already so pretty. The whole place is just covered in these like rock spires everywhere and tons of pine trees, and it's honestly just gorgeous. So once you get above the tree line is definitely where this hike starts to get a little bit more interesting. So this hike does require like kind of a little bit of a scramble. So if you're not comfortable with that, I would avoid this one. But so far it's not too hard. So this scramble is all pretty straightforward, and the rock quality is super grippy. So I think as long as you're comfortable on rocks and have good shoes, this shouldn't be too hard of a scramble for most hikers. And luckily there's these little blue markers marking the entire trail, so it's honestly pretty easy to follow the entire time. Alright, so it is cold and incredibly windy, but we made it to the top. So right down the trail from Little Devil's Tower, you can actually find the Cathedral Spires, so that's where we're heading now. So I think adding this to the hike maybe added an extra mile to it round trip, so if you're wanting to see the Cathedral Spires, it's super worth hiking this little extra distance to check them out before heading back to your car. And it is May 21st, and it is currently snowing here, so if you do visit this area in May, you just never know what kind of weather to expect. When you do get to the Cathedral Spires, be sure to look up because we actually saw a mountain goat on top of one of them, which I wish I had a recording of. So I found this hike not far from where we're staying, and the hike is basically a training hike for the hotshot wildland firefighters out here. And in less than 3/4 of a mile, or about 3/4 of a mile, you gain like 1,200 feet. And it is so steep, but it's so pretty. So it's cool because from this peak, you can actually see the tallest point in South Dakota, which is Black Elk Peak, which is definitely one of the next peaks I'm going to do. So I have never been to an RV park like this, but the one I'm staying at right now has a tap room, so I'm going to go get a beer. So where we're staying is called the Black Elk Lodge, so if you're looking for a spot to stay in the Black Hills, honestly I'd recommend this place. And our time is now up at the Black Elk Resort, but it's time to head somewhere new in South Dakota. I'll still be here for a little while longer, so stay tuned for next week's video.